I love writing. I've always been a writer. In Hollywood, I was an actor, but I was also a screenwriter too. I've always loved writing since I was a kid, and I learned about FBA, and I was like, okay, this seems profitable, and I would get to read and publish romance novels. This is absolutely my dream.
So this is Blair Allison from FPA, one of our students, and we'll go into a little bit of your journey and you'll talk about that. But let me just start by saying first book you published in January, and so far you've made $1,259. Is that correct?
Last time I checked the overall amount, that was about a week ago, so it'd be more than that now, but yeah.
Beautiful. So let's get into a little bit of your history, what you were doing before. I know you mentioned that you were in the film industry. Right now you're in the mortgage industry, but what's the journey been like as far as your financial journey?
Let's see. My Saturn return brought me back home to Tennessee at 27. This was in 2019. This was right before the pandemic went global. And so it was great timing that I was home with my family and everything, but I was thousands of dollars in debt because LA ain't cheap. Ended up living with my parents for like a year just to kind of like pay off my debts and get a solid job to where I could then be on my own. Being debt free is very important to me, and that's kind of something that is, I know, a scary thing for, I would say, almost everyone in this program or anyone starting a business. Like, I wept when I paid off my credit card debt.
So then you go through the entertainment industry, you come to LA, you go through all of that, and then you went back to Nashville? Is that what it is? Yeah. Okay, and then from there, from there to FPA, what happened in that time period?
I love writing. I've always been a writer. In Hollywood, I was an actor, but I was also a screenwriter too. So I've always loved writing since I was a kid, and then thinking maybe at one point I can write my own books. I don't know. But then I learned about FBA, and I was like, okay, so this seems profitable, and I would get to read and publish romance novels. This is absolutely my dream, and then eventually can write them. I just wrote my first one that's doing really well.
Because I know you mentioned how, okay, now even though you work in the mortgage industry, still full-time. So do you plan on doing more of that, you writing, or a combination of ghostwriters and you writing, or what's your future plans with that?
Definitely that combination of me writing and hiring ghostwriters. Definitely when I have more time to plan my own books, I have the time. Like, I could start writing one now. It's just a matter of being able to plan it out, that sort of thing, and having the luxury of not only having 2 weeks to do it. Hopefully by the end of this year, I'm hoping I can phase out of the mortgage job and be doing this full time and have multiple pen names. And I love being hands-on in everything about this. I like to be the one booking the swaps. I like to be the one sending the messages. Again, I'm a control freak. I'm doing the editing myself. Yeah, those are my short-term goals.
For somebody who is creatively oriented, who maybe has a hard time making that into something monetizable, what would you say to them?
If I hadn't stumbled upon FBA and done my research on it and really known that it was going to be something for me, I would have never, ever known how to do any of this stuff. I don't know if I ever actually would have taken the initiative. I think I wanted my hand to be held. I wanted someone every step of the way telling me how to do it or giving me pointers. So maybe my advice would be to don't be afraid to find a teacher. You don't have to learn everything on your own. If there's a class that you want to take, you should really want to go all in. So that's, I guess, what I would say. Find a teacher, find a helper.
What made this course different than the other courses that you've bought, but perhaps not even gone through all the way?
Nothing was really kind of tangible for when it came to outcome and what I would get out of it. And this seemed so much more like something I could accomplish, something I could handle. And is it more work than I've ever done in my life? Absolutely. But to me, it's worth it. I really enjoy the work because it is creating something. I care so deeply about what goes into these books. I'm editing every single line, every single sentence, so that it's something that the reader comes back to and feels something good about. I do want this to be my full-time job. I want the freedom to wake up whenever I want to and to travel around. And I mean, I've never been much of a traveler, but I've never really had the means to do it.
Any advice you would give to current students right now in FPA who they're having a hard time for whatever reason it is, maybe life circumstances, maybe their current job, and they're like, I don't know if I can do this, and they're losing a little hope?
I mean, I would go back to the why and really sit with, is this something that is for me? Is this something that I can do? You can do anything if you really want to, but it's like, do I really want to? Just take a step back. You don't have to do everything right now. The hardest part of any job is learning it. Once you know it, it's nothing.
And then what would you say for somebody who hasn't joined FBA yet, but they're a little bit on the fence?
Truly think about it. Sit with it for a day, and then if you feel like it's right for you, then jump. Go for it.